Hello, and welcome to the Love Your Work Life podcast. I'm your host, Elissa Shuck. Whether you're going for that next promotion, looking for a job, or making a career pivot, I'll teach you how to navigate it all so you can have the career you want. This is episode 71. If you're in a job search, you are selling. And I don't say that to scare you. I want you to consider that it actually just might make your job search easier, especially your interviews. I know it sounds counterintuitive, and I probably just sent some of you who are introverts freaking out. No worries. I'm gonna catch you up, okay? I'm gonna catch you up on this. Here's the deal. Everyone, are always selling. Think about it for a minute. If you're a project manager and you are navigating those milestones and checking in on people and keeping them on track so that everything stays on time, you are selling, my friends. You are. Anytime you influence someone's decision, they accept your idea, they run with your recommendation, the strategy that you presented makes a whole lot of sense and everybody's on board. When you make that happen, you just participated in selling and marketing. So I want you to start looking at your life. All of the things that are happening. What about your kiddos? What are they doing as a result of your influence on them? How are they moving forward? How are they changing their behavior based on the things that you're saying and doing? It's not that hard to think of times when your influence has changed someone else's narrative going on in their head and ultimately their actions. And what I want to propose to you is that while we think of marketing in a lot of ways like selling things or getting people to buy things, the reason that people are influenced by marketing messages, and the reason that makes a difference is the same reason you will get hired. It's because when a marketing message works, the person who is the recipient of that marketing message catches a vision of what their life will be like afterwards. After they make the purchase, after they launch the strategy, after the idea takes root, after the change that's been proposed engages customers, engages employees, resolves challenges. They caught a glimpse. They got a chance to see what their life looks like after. And the reason you'll get hired is because you gave the hiring manager, the panel, the executives, a glimpse of what life looks like with you in the role. They see your value. They envision the results and accomplishments and contribution that you're going to make. And ultimately, the ultimate buying thing is life is better. And in some ways, easier. That's the marketing message. And I'm telling you, if you start looking at your life, you will start seeing that you are actually selling and marketing all the time, and it's effortless. We'll go into a little bit of why it's effortless a little later in the episode here, but I want to dive into some of the more specifics of why this solution, this thinking of yourself as a seller, as a marketer, works and the process through which it works in the job search. When you look at a job description, I want you to think of it as outcomes. Every bullet point on that job description is a pain point that's going to be solved or an aspiration that's going to be achieved, which ultimately is an outcome. So when you're looking at a job description this way and you are reading between the lines a little bit and you're thinking, what is the basic problem being solved? What is the goal here? What are they trying to achieve? And you can connect the dots between your experience and what you've done and all the value that you bring to the table to helping them solve that problem. That you're the one that can address it. You're the one that can help raise the bar and elevate the company's culture or elevate the accomplishments on that team. That's when you start to give them that glimpse. So take a deeper dive into the job description. And I don't know why, but I always think of those little puzzles back from like elementary school. You've got the list of states on one side, and then you've got the capitals listed on the other side, and you're drawing a little line from this state to that capital city. It's like a little match game, connecting them together. This is the visual I always get when I'm thinking about you connecting the dots between what you've done and your value and what they need to solve that problem, what they need to achieve that goal. So connect the dots for yourself. Always, 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 because you will not be able to connect the dots for other people until you have ease and certainty within yourself about how everything you've done is actually a no-brainer for the stuff that they need in that role. So take the time. Better yet, don't just connect the dots, go a little bit deeper and find an accomplishment from your menu of all of the great stuff that you've done and align that to the job description. This is wonderful preparation because anytime you're asked questions that relate to something in the role, you're going to be able to have a for example moment to share, which is really helpful when you're doing the behavioral questions, because it's in those questions that they're really getting a sense of who you are, how you show up. And so when you add that for example and you bring it to real life, and that real life example is so aligned to something they're trying to do, powerful, powerful stuff. When you are thinking of yourself and everything you bring to the table as the solution to their problem, you're really kind of addressing it on 3 levels. And let me explain this a little bit more. You are, of course, addressing a physical problem, right? They need a person in that role. They need certain things in that role taken care of. It's a call center. You got to answer the phone. It's a project. You've got to create a Gantt chart. There are those things that are addressing problems for sure. But there's a couple other levels that if you address these in the course of your conversation that are really going to be highly, highly influential and a way to get them to get that glimpse that I'm talking about. And that is looking at the pain points and aspirations in the role, in the job description, as relieving an emotional pain point. Because let me tell you something, speaking as a hiring manager, you know that without someone in that role, physically, it's causing you emotional pain. It's probably causing stress. It's everybody's bandwidth is stretched. Maybe morale is suffering because the team is short-staffed. You stepping in to that role relieves an emotional pain point. It just does. So when you're able to kind of find that and you're able to kind of talk about your leadership skills and the way you rally a team or the way you influence other people and get everybody on the same page, you are not only addressing the immediate physical problem, you're addressing an emotional pain point. And then when you go beyond that, you're also solving a problem at a philosophical level. This is the value add experience. This is the it shouldn't be so hard to have a team that's working really well together. It shouldn't be so hard to deliver new product launches on time. When you're able to address that philosophical level and create that value add experience because you're showing them it's not hard, that I can actually come in and solve this for you, that's taking it to a whole nother level that will make a big, big difference. Let me give you another example. Let's say that your yard is a mess. It needs mowed, it needs trimmed, pruned, whatever it is, right? That's a physical problem. You can hire someone to solve that for you. Now, the emotional pain point associated with your yard is every time you drive up to your house, you feel embarrassed. Maybe you feel shame. Maybe you feel overwhelmed because you know it needs to be done, but you can't actually ever get to it. That's that emotional level that you're looking for in those interview conversations so that you can address it and offer some relief. The person who is doing lawn care that addresses the emotional pain point in their marketing message, they're hitting on something. They are going to get the business. Now, the value add here, the philosophical level, is it shouldn't be so hard to have a great looking yard. How could I make this easier for myself? Now the professional that comes in and says, I've got this. I'm going to set you up on a routine. This is going to be something that you never have to think about again. You can trust me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to show up. I'm going to make it happen. How powerful is that message? That's also something that you can convey in your interviews. It's actually something you can convey on your resume, my friends, because when you leverage the content of your resume to the role requirements, to the pain points, to the aspirations, and your resume is doing that kind of heavy lifting for you, connecting the dots, you're already laying some amazing groundwork for addressing problems and relieving these pain points and helping them achieve everything they want to achieve. This is especially powerful when you are addressing the hiring manager specific pain points, the team specific pain points, and even when you take a look at the panel or the executive level of the interview and you've identified their specific pain points, the things they care about, and you're projecting what success looks like for them with you in that role, all of these audience demographics that you're talking to from beginning to end, recruiter all the way through executive, this is how you apply strategy to all those conversations because you're specifically looking for ways that you can demonstrate success for them from their unique perspective. The success of this idea of marketing yourself in a job search, of leveraging marketing tactics, will not be successful without these next 3 elements. Number 1, belief in yourself. You have to, like I said, connect the dots for yourself. When you're connecting the dots for yourself, what you're actually doing is empowering yourself with belief that you have what it takes, that you're exactly what they need. You must believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, they will not believe in you. When you go in with ease and certainty, you create an energy of ease and certainty for them. When you go in feeling self-assured, they feel assured. This is in your body language, in the words you say, and in the mindset that you have going into every stage of your job search. Your resume conveys belief in yourself. The way you reach out to recruiters and the way you start those conversations conveys belief in yourself. You know how I know it doesn't? Because I know convincing energy when I feel it. You do too. And when you slip into convincing energy, what you're really doing is you're saying you don't believe in yourself. And that leads me to the next one. Belief in your unique value. What you bring to the table. This is the accumulation of your experience, of your strengths, of your skills, all of it rolled up into a ball, a snowball that's gathering steam and gathering volume and value and impact all the way down the hill. You must believe in the unique value that you bring to the table. And last but not least, you must believe in your prospective employer. You need to believe in them that they will see your value. Every great product that finds success in the marketplace, it's because they believe in their customer. They know who their customer is, and they are messaging directly to that customer. And if they didn't believe the customer would hear the message and respond to it, they wouldn't be putting it out there. So your belief that the hiring manager, the recruiter, the team, the executive is going to hear your message and respond to it, key component of this three-legged stool of belief. Belief in yourself, belief in what you bring to the table, and belief that they will see you for who you are. You already know they see you for who you are because you've been invited to the interview. You're meant to be in that room. So stop second guessing yourself and wondering, oh my gosh, what's happening? Why am I here? No, it worked. You're there. Now you're just taking these next steps. Someone told me a long time ago that a sale is nothing more than a transfer of belief and enthusiasm. Go back to your own personal experiences. Whenever you've purchased something, it's because someone shared their belief and their enthusiasm so strong that you caught it. And again, I'm not talking about this push convincing thing. I'm talking about this inner enthusiasm and belief that it can make a difference for you. When you catch that, you are buying, my friend. You are. You're making that purchase. You're changing your mind. Your behavior has been influenced to the point that you are going to do something different. You're going to incorporate something different to your life, or you're going to behave differently. And when you have this level of belief and enthusiasm in yourself, the person on the other side of the virtual desk, the other side of that camera lens, is going to believe in you too. It will happen. That's why you've got to look at job descriptions like outcomes that you can influence, problems you can solve, goals that you can help them achieve, and then believe in yourself and communicate like you believe. Communicate like you already have the job. That's the real belief, that it's inevitable. Communicate from that place, and you will change the dynamic of your job search. You'll change the dynamic of those conversations, and you will land so much faster. All right, I believe in you. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. All right, until next time. If you like listening to this podcast, then you are going to love my program, Job Search Field Guide. This is a unique opportunity. I offer group coaching alongside a 5-step process to help you land a job quickly. So I hope you will join me in Job Search Field Guide. This is going to be revolutionary to your career journey and your job search, and you get lifetime access. So find it at elissashuck-careercoach.com, and I will see you there.